We are joined now by tonight's guests. Please welcome Jules Holland and Patsy Kensit.
Hey.
Welcome both. Good to see you.
Nice to be here.
Patsy, we're going to talk about your new film, A Gangster's Kiss, in just a moment.
Great.
Now, when Jules was here last, it was with Sir Rod Stewart. And what happened after? You went on to be #1.
I attribute that great success just to this one appearance on this show.
Oh, thanks, Jules.
Unbelievable. So it's meant a lot to me and my band. Couldn't believe it.
Yes.
Load of old codgers having a #1 record. So, yeah, it was fantastic. So I'd like to thank anybody who bought it, even thought about buying it. Actually, even anybody who didn't buy it, I'd like to thank them. Great. It's just meant a lot, so it's great.
It's incredible they're performing in St Pancras. Now, Jules has been keeping audiences entertained for 3 decades with the iconic music show Later With. So let's see who's keeping him company this Saturday.
You used to be my heartache till you spent all my money. No use for you to cry. Yes, I'll see you by and by, 'cause I'm walking to New Orleans.
Absolutely gorgeous. Very happy because I'm a massive Richard Hawley fan. I went to see him play on Saturday. You were there singing Fats Domino's song, Walking to New Orleans. How do you decide, Jules, who you're going to play with?
Well, I think if there's some sort of simpatico, you can feel it. If you know the same old songs. Richard and I are both Fats Domino fanatics. Fats is our hero. Richard says Fats is the person that taught him how to sing, and you can sort of hear that when he's singing. And I met Fats Domino in New Orleans, and we used that song in the film. And so yeah, it was really, I love doing that. What a great song! It's 2 minutes long and perfect. I mean, that's Fats Domino.
Lovely.
But it's going back to the question. It's what feels good. There was a guest on the other week called Lainey Wilson, who's great, who's like a young country star, and she wanted to do an old Hank Williams song, which was great because we like that's going back to the roots of some of those old great things, and they work nice with a piano and a vocal and that. So yeah.
Has anybody asked and you thought, oh, he'll clash? I don't know how to say no.
Well, yeah, no. If there's something, somebody will say something, I'll say, well, it might be a bit tricky just on the piano. And if they want some great symphonic thing,
Now we know.
more than 3 chords.
But Jules always knows how to handle every situation. That's the thing. People know the show as well for introducing great new artists. Yeah. I'm sure I saw Ed Sheeran with you years and years and years ago.
I think it was his first appearances with us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fantastic because only the BBC could do it because they keep it on.
Yeah.
We've now got this huge archive, which is everyone's archive to look at, and it's amazing because you often get the beginnings of people's careers, and then sadly the end, or sometimes because they're very old or because, like with Amy Winehouse, you sort of see her sort of progression, and it's wonderful when people first come on, and because not everybody hits the big time, but when people do, it's great. We've got Imelda May on tour with us, with the orchestra at the moment, and she had an appearance I came on, and it was great because it changed things for her, and it was just wonderful to see.
It's such an important show as well.
Yeah,
well,
exactly that.
It's like the scrapbook of growing up for me.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you to say. I think it has managed to catalogue lots of people that you sort of see over the years. And there's this huge archive, When there was a lockdown, we had people coming in and choosing. Perhaps one of you would like to do it if we do another one. Choosing all of their favourite moments. And it was great because it was all people I'd forgotten, or artists, not I'd forgotten, but I thought, oh, that's great. And when you hear other people talking about the music they love, it sort of brings it to life. So we're very lucky.
It's a hugely successful TV show. It's been on for 32 years, but now you're off to do some radio.
Well, I'm on Radio 3.
Oh,
which is
very good.
And I put Radio 3 on. The best time for Radio 3 is if you're on a traffic jam, feeling anxious, feeling stressed, put Radio 3 on, and suddenly everything's all right.
It's like a calm up, isn't it?
It's absolutely the best thing ever. Or a pair of moccasins, which I also wear when driving long distances. But it is great because, the great thing about music, it doesn't matter if it's 500 years old or 5 minutes old, like we've just seen on the show. If it touches you and gets you and puts you in the right mood and changes your ambience from one that's like not so good into a good ambience, then it works. So Radio 3 is great because of that, and you can go into areas that you perhaps couldn't go into in the more mainstream world. So I'd recommend Radio 3 to anybody.
Yes, we love it, as well as the TV show. Later with Jules Holland continues on BBC Two and iPlayer this Saturday evening at 9:55, and Jules will be back on Radio 3 at midday on Saturday with his show
everywhere.
Earlier.
I mean, genius.
Great.
It's great.
Omnipresent with
Yeah,
music.
omnipresent.
Love it.
Love it.
Time to talk movies now, because Patsy is bringing the life of East End gangsters back to our screens with a new film called A Gangster's Kiss. Before we have a chat, let's have a quick look.
Okay.
The whole thing was like some surreal dream. One minute I was Mr. Selfie. The next I was in the middle of a gang war.
You keep your wits about you. You stay on your guard, right?
We all need to lock it off. Just got to cover each other's backs.
Hey, look, you're an actor, all right? Just act. You're good at it, yeah?
Just pay me what you owe me.
This ain't the movies, mate. You ain't acting now. This is real life.
I'm a good person, Dad. I'm not a gangster.
Well, Patsy, there is a fantastic cast.
Yes,
Martin
brilliant.
Kemp,
Yeah.
Michelle Collins,
Yeah,
John
wonderful.
Hannah,
Sadie Frost.
Sadie
Yes.
Frost. What can you tell us about the plot of the film?
Well, it's a British gangster crime thriller comedy, and it centres around two lifelong friends. One of them becomes an actor, and he has to play a gangster. So he asks his lifelong friend to shadow this gangster family, real gangsters that he knows, and he does so. And in doing that, he gets way over his head, and things turn very, very hilarious, but also very dangerous, and they meet a lot of interesting characters along the way.
A crime caper.
A crime caper, yes.
And tell us about your character, Crassus. Who's she?
Crassus is the...
Great name.
Isn't it?
Isn't it? I think it was originally written for a man, but that role, but they gave it to a woman. That was great.
Excellent.
And I'm like Mr. Wolf in Pulp Fiction. She comes in to clean things up for the family, and she's icy cold, makes terrible threats, but is so calm doing it. And it was like 2 scenes of 4 pages of monologues, so it was a feat to learn it all, but I did, and it was great. I loved it.
And did a brilliant job.
Yes.
Now, the film mentions
Yeah.
lots of London's infamous gangsters.
Yes.
And we couldn't believe this, Patsy. Jules, Patsy has got a family connection to actual gangsters, haven't you?
Yes, sadly I was a part of organised crime. No, I wasn't. My dad was worked with the Krays in the 60s, and he's my brother's godfather, or was my brother's godfather. And yeah, I mean, that was a pretty interesting time in my dad's life, my mum, I guess, but long time ago.
And did you draw on any of, anything that you sort of remembered vaguely from that time for this part?
Well, I think sometimes a lot of lawyers can be quite criminal. So I liked the fact that she was, on the wrong side of the law, really. And, I love gangster films. So, they're my favourite, those and documentaries. So it was really good fun.
Now, you've been on screen from the tender age of 4. You've worked with some incredible people, David
Yes.
Bowie, Mel Gibson. But I would love to know about the friendship you struck up with Elizabeth Taylor.
Yes. Well, I made a film with her when I was 6, and it was filmed in Russia.
There you are, look.
Yeah.
Incredible photo.
And it took us a year shooting it, and I played her daughter, and she was incredible. She was just so kind, so wonderful, just really looked after everybody. She was just, a real icon. That word's used a lot these days, and she really, truly is one.
Yeah, but an icon. But nice to hear that side of things as well, that
Yeah.
she was really kind to you when you were a child.
She had
and
the
things.
big diamond that Richard Burton had got her, the crop diamond.
Did you
And
try it on?
I did.
Have you got it?
I tried it on, and then she wanted to play catch with me. So she'd go, catch, and my mum was going, oh, my God, don't let her wear it. She thought I'd lose it. But she was fun like that. It was, jewellery was like, toys to her.
Yeah.
What an
I never
incredible...
thought I'd be sitting on the sofa with somebody who'd been in a film with Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah.
So great.
And play catch with diamonds with
With
her.
a
What an
diamond
amazing,
ring.
what an amazing anecdote.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You can find A Gangster's Kiss on various platforms from June the 24th. Thank you, Patsy.
Thank you.
Sure. Inspiring stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And talking of young musicians, Jay's been in touch to say, my 16-year-old son, George, will be the pre-show entertainment tomorrow before Jules' show at the Anvil in Basingstoke. He'll be playing keyboard and is so excited.
I can't wait for it. Good luck to him. Look forward to meeting him.
And Julie says, I still remember seeing Patsy star in Frost in May back in the 80s. She was brilliant then and is brilliant now.
I quite
That's
agree.
lovely.
There you go.
Well, that is all we have time for tonight. Thanks to Jules and Patsy for joining us.
I will be back tomorrow when global pop sensation Meghan Trainor and Olympian Helen Glover will be here. Have a lovely evening. See you then. Bye.
See ya. Bye.